Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Gacha games have gotten really popular in the past couple of years with a lot of prominent titles out there. With their anime-like style animation, flashy movesets, deep storylines, and really cool cutscenes, there's no wonder they are really popular amongst gamers these days. Of course, we can't talk about Gacha games without talking about Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves, which are two of the most prominently played titles within the genre. I've played Genshin Impact for about 3 months and got to around AR55, and I've played Wuthering Waves for about 2 weeks and I've gotten to Union level 40. I do like playing both titles, but if you are looking for a gacha game in 2025, and these are two that you are looking at to start with and you don't know which one to start first, maybe this video will help you. First of all, I like that both games are completely free to play, and even though both games do have paid in-game purchases, unless you are overcome with FOMO, then you never have to spend any money on either game. As a new player to both games, the games are very generous in giving you resources to pull for characters earlier on in the game, but Wuthering Waves continues that generosity throughout the rest of the game as far as I've discovered so far. It also has one standard banner for regular 5-star and 4-star characters, as well as one weapon banner of the same. Since I've been playing Wuthering Waves, they have had 2 premium character banners, 2 premium weapon banners, 1 standard character banner, 1 standard weapon banner, as well as a choice banner and a novice banner for those who just started playing the game. Both games have the standard in-game items to collect like plants and ores, and if you've watched any other video relating to gacha games, every creator will tell you if you're just starting, pick up everything shiny that you see. This is no joke. The last thing you want is to need a piece of item later on in the game, and you have to go out and collect it just because you ran past it earlier on. When it comes to collecting ores in Genshin Impact, you break the ore, then pick it up. But in Wuthering Waves, when you break the ore, it's auto-collected for you, just like it does for chests. And when you slay animals, the meat is auto-collected as well. Both games has an open world feel with various ways of traversing the terrain, from gliding, swimming, walking, and also climbing. I will say when it comes to climbing, Wuthering Waves feels a little bit better as you can scale large cliffs and buildings pretty quickly, but in Genshin it is quite slow and sometimes you tend to run out of stamina before you reach your destination. Both games have a rich main story quest as well as captivating backstories for all the main characters that you'll encounter. They can get quite dialogue heavy with some of these quests, and if you like deep lore, then you'll really enjoy these quests and the dialogue that follows. However, if you are just a casual gamer that quickly wants to get into the fight, Wuthering Waves gives you an option to skip 90% of the dialogue, although there might be key things within the story that you'll miss. Thankfully, skipping the dialogue does not impact your quest, as it will still give you the quest markers for the next objective. Combat in both games are choreographed quite well. However, I do like Wuthering Waves a little bit more as it has 2 things that Genshin Impact doesn't have, and that is dodge counters as well as parrying attacks from the mobs that you're fighting. Genshin Impact introduced parrying attacks in 1 or 2 quests in Inazuma, but it was only for those quests and not used anywhere else throughout the game. Both games feature a segmented map requiring you to unlock different portions of the map by going to statues in Genshin and beacons in Wuthering Waves. They both also have smaller waypoints in between the statues and beacons in each game respectively. However, when it comes to Genshin Impact, if you need to heal your characters outside of utilizing food, you will have to go to a statue. However, in Wuthering Waves, you can be healed by any of the waypoints, whether it's a beacon or the smaller waypoints. Both games offer a crafting system where you'd mostly craft your beginner and low tier weapons, as well as cooking items that are going to be beneficial to you during combat. Both games have add-on items for your characters that help augment their combat capabilities. In Genshin Impact, these are primarily artifacts, and in Wuthering Waves, these are primarily echoes. When farming a good artifact set in Genshin Impact, you will need to use a lot of resin. However, in Wuthering Waves, you will primarily need echoes that can be found in the overworld, and only your 4-star echo you will need to utilize any kind of resource for, but that can get just as demanding as Genshin Impact since you are looking for specific stats to drop on those echoes, and that might be difficult to find. As I mentioned at the start, I do play and I do like both games. There are just some aspects of Wuthering Waves that I like more than Genshin Impact, but both games I do play daily. So, if you are looking for a gacha game in 2025, these are two fantastic free to play options for you that have rich storylines, great cutscenes, great combat and a crafting system, an open world field, great communities, as well as regular updates. I'm sure there are a lot more similarities and differences that I could also mention, but for those of you who are watching that also play both of these titles, let me know in the comments what are your favorite features of both games, as well as what are the things that you may not like as much in both games as well. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care, stay safe, be well, love you all.